Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Star Wars The Mandalorian 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review video. Now today we are taking a look at the Dark Trooper from Season 2. Ever since Hot Toys announced this guy, I've been really keen to add a couple of him into the display. Now I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button for more info on Justin's Collection Plus, the channel membership. As for the box art, it's pretty straightforward. We've got an image of the Dark Trooper front and center, another one on the wraparound banner down below, and one more on the side of the box. On the back, all of the warnings and legal info. On the inside, a very sneaky image by Hot Toys letting you know, hey, they look better in groups, why not buy a bunch more? And yes, depending on how good this guy is, I'm tempted to do exactly that. Now, my biggest question is there any diecast here? Sometimes Hot Toys likes to sneak a little in, and oh yes, they've done exactly that. These pieces on the legs are made of metal. That's something that I wasn't expecting, but I'm super glad to see it here. What we are going to do now, though, is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Here we have all the parts and pieces. Now, starting off with the display base first, it's done in the usual Hot Toys rectangular style. Except this time it's got the metal grate-like flooring up on top here. And yeah, we haven't seen this in a while. I like the way it's painted. It's done in this grey with this bluish grey dry brushing on the surface. Star Wars Dark Trooper etched into a stunning metal nameplate. And then of course, a regular crotch grabber. When it comes to weaponry, we do get only one blaster, but at the very least it's a new mold. And I really like it. It's quite big, you can see the E11 inspired barrel, plus you can remove the magazine on the side. I'm not sure if that's supposed to come off, but on mine it's a little bit looser than I was expecting. You do have some gunmetal sections, plus a bunch of silver chipping all around the edges. And this little port up the top here, which is painted in silver with some pitting on the surface. And lastly, he comes with a full array of hands. Unfortunately though, these aren't fully articulated, even though they kind of look like they could be. They're this rubbery style material and they will just pop onto the ball joint for his wrist peg. They are painted in the same high gloss black as the rest of the Dark Trooper. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. This guy has the P word. Presence. He's big, he's bulky, he's definitely imposing. Now, there are a couple of things that I was worried about when he was first announced. Number one, no diecast. They've proved me wrong. He has some diecast content, which is a really good thing. And number two, the glossy black plastic. I thought that this was going to be cheap and nasty and unpainted, but to me, it feels fully painted because you can see a little bit of orange peel under certain lighting conditions. It's not super obvious, and I don't know if all the panels are painted, but it does make him feel that little bit more high-end. It's not something that you're probably going to notice they could have done unpainted glossy black plastic, but I'm glad that they didn't. Plus, he's got the gunmetal sections and the silver sections and the awesome piercing red LED light-up effect. You're probably going to hear me say that a bunch of times. I love the way it looks. This guy is 100% going to be one that you're probably going to want to pick up more of once you get your first one. Here we have him up close and personal, and this guy looks really mean. Starting off with the head sculpt or the helmet or the droid head first, it looks really good. It's very angular, the details are crisp and sharp, and I love the glossy black. I was worried it was going to come across cheap, but it absolutely doesn't. I've got the red LEDs turned on and they are piercing. Up underneath you have some sculpted in tech detail fully painted in a bright chrome silver. Around the side you've got some vent work and some more around the back, plus this rubbery gasket area around his neck that's not actually rubbery plastic, that's all fully sculpted in hard plastic. Now his upper torso is absolutely massive. He's big, he's chunky, but it is accurate to the show. He's got the LEDs around the front that are currently fully illuminated on these matte black sections, some fully articulated shoulder pads, and a ton of detail down below. It's all really nicely sculpted with vents and pistons and some more detail on the inside. And the paint applications are a nice bright chrome silver. Now I hinted to some die-cast pieces earlier, and yes, there absolutely are a bunch of them. Up here for the cylindrical sections that are completely see-through, these are real metal, and so too are the ones for the hands. Plus down here for the legs and the ankles, which means this guy is a lot heavier than I was expecting him to be. The thighs do have a ton more detail underneath this armor plating. There are gears and pistons and various internal components, all painted in bright chrome silver. The armor plating is done in glossy black just like the upper torso, and the shins are an asymmetrical design with the pods on one side but not on the other. Now I also love these disc sections which are completely hollow. You can see all the way through. It just hammers the point home that these are solar space terminators, and I love it. Now the feet are relatively small and they are made up of multiple pieces. You've got sliding pieces and even some toe articulation, plus some tread sculpted in down below. Now honestly, I didn't really know how much I was going to like these guys, but right now I'm tempted to grab at least 2 more. Now for a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have the Mandalorian Din Djarin alongside the Dark Trooper, who is significantly taller. He's bigger, he's bulkier, he's wider, and I am all for it. I said earlier that I was tempted to pick up more. Yeah, right now seeing this guy standing alongside Din, it's just hammering that point home even further. This is a really impressive size and scale, plus the glossy look of the armor absolutely pops. Having a bunch of these in the background of the collection fully illuminated, oh yes, that's going to look really good. Next up, here we have Moff Gideon, who complements the Dark Trooper perfectly. Or maybe it's the other way around. Nevertheless, you do have a significantly taller Dark Trooper on the left, where Moff Gideon is quite a lot shorter. This height difference, to me at least, looks fairly accurate. Just going over articulation. Now bear in mind this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. I'm sure when you get yours in hand, you can push the joints slightly further than I am willing to go. Now starting off with the head sculpt, it's on a hinge and a ball joint. Looking up and down, swivel, and pivot side to side. The arms will go up to there, but you can extend out the shoulder pads to get them to go up just that little bit more. They will go forward and back, and they are on a ball joint that kind of acts like a butterfly, forward and back, and up and down. The elbows do bend on ratchets, and they are super sturdy because they are made of real metal. They also swivel, and the same thing can be said for the wrist area. They do hinge forward and back, swivel, and then the hand itself is on a ball joint. The torso will crunch forward and back on ratchets, swivel, and a little bit of pivot side to side. The legs can be dropped down. As you can see, this side is now sitting a lot lower. They will go forward to there, and these pockets do nicely move up and out of the way. Going out to there on ratchets, swivel at the upper thigh, a single bend at the knee that's once again ratcheted and die-cast. The same thing can be said for the ankle, it's super clicky, swivel side to side, as well as toe articulation. Moving on to the 3 cool and 3 annoying things. The first annoying thing is that, as expected, the glossy black plastic is a fingerprint magnet. Now, what could Hot Toys have actually done about this? Well, something that's been used on smartphones and other fingerprint repellent surfaces for a while is an oleophobic coating. But unfortunately, Hot Toys, it seems, hasn't quite discovered that yet, cause yeah, as soon as you touch this guy, fingerprints will be present. The second annoying thing is that some of the joints are incredibly hard to move. They are made of die cast, which is absolutely a good thing, but it has me worried that putting that much pressure on the arms and the legs could, sometime down the line, lead to breakage. The third annoying thing is that we don't have any hands with articulated fingers. That means they're all fixed in position, and while they work and look really good, this design right here, in my opinion, absolutely lends itself to having hands with articulated fingers. The first cool thing had to be the sneaky and unannounced inclusion of real metal. Up here for the elbows, real die-cast. For the wrists, also metal. Same thing for the knees, and down here for the ankles. I mean, that's a really good thing because these are completely see-through and hollow. It means he's going to be that little bit more sturdy and feel a lot more premium. The second cool thing is the light up. I know, a bit of a cop-out. He's a droid, he's supposed to light up, but they look really good. You've got the lights for the chest and a piercing red for the eyes. If you have these guys fully wired up in the display, yeah, they're going to look really menacing. The third cool thing is all of the little bits and pieces that are articulated to give you the maximum range of motion. These little pouches can move up and down, these pieces can move forward and back, the shoulder pads can flex up and out of the way. You can tell that Hot Toys have spent a ton of time thinking about how to get this guy as articulated as possible. Wrapping up on the Hot Toys Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian Season 2. Going into this, yeah, really excited. Now at the end of the video, it was so worth it. This guy is incredible. He's an all-new mold from head to toe, and this is just Hot Toys flexing. The engineering is great. There's diecast here when they never said there was going to be, so I'm super happy with that. He's really nicely painted with the deep, rich, glossy black, plus the metallic chrome silver and the gunmetal, and the matte black sections that are nicely added in throughout. He's got the big honkin' weapon, and he also has the LED light-up effect. Plus, as I said before, the engineering is so good that the articulation is way better than I was expecting. This guy can pull off some truly awesome poses from a droid that I thought initially was going to be pretty static. My only complaint here is that we don't get the option of buying a 2-pack set, or even a 3 or 4-pack, because getting multiple at once is honestly the best way to pick up Dark Troopers. Now I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon and join button for more info on Justin's Collection Plus if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.